TGIF, it's a Friday, the 16th day of February, 2024. Your Day Weather Podcast being brought to you by Hot Springs County Travel and Tourism. Head to Thermopolis. Go to thermopolis.com to learn more how you can swim, soak, and slide in the hot waters in Thermopolis. Well, it's going to be chilly and snowy in spots and a little frosty. A lot of frost in the region yesterday morning from that freezing fog, making for some good photo opportunities. Now, we do have another system coming across the region today. This will be more focused in central and southern Wyoming, then into Colorado, western Nebraska, portions of western Kansas and eastern Colorado later today, tonight, and tomorrow. Nothing to write home about. No one's going to get clobbered, but this is just enough snow to be a hassle. So if you're going to travel I-25, if you're going to travel I-80, if you're going to travel I-70, you're going to get just enough wintry weather over the next 24 hours to make it go a little bit slow and be slick. So watch for that, travelers. It will be pretty chilly today and tomorrow before temperatures begin to rebound a little bit on Sunday. However, once we go through, let's say, early Saturday morning, most of you are going to have a decent weekend. It's just going to be a wintry weekend, but a really good weekend. If you like to go play in the snow in the mountains, more fresh snow falling on the ski slopes and your trails. So good opportunity to get outdoors this weekend. We do have a little system late Sunday into Monday that'll produce another round of mountain snow. A few snow showers in the plains, but nothing significant. Then Monday and Tuesday of next week, pretty quiet. The next chance of snow will be as we may once again have another collision of air masses, bringing snow chances to some parts of the central high plains and Rockies around the Wednesday, Thursday timeframe of next week. Kind of a similar situation where cold air comes out of Canada, then moisture comes off the Pacific. More shots of the frosty conditions that we saw Thursday morning in many areas, all across the Intermountain West. Satellite photo this morning shows a couple of things. The blue is the colder air that's spilling down and along the divide, producing low clouds, basically stratus clouds, some areas of fog, and then here's the Pacific moisture coming on in and interacting with the colder air at the surface. This little area of enhancement is headed southeast, and that's where the snow will be forming today as it heads southeast, just like this. And you'll see that when you look at the National Weather Service advisories for wintry weather in the region here. A lot of these advisories in northern and southwest Montana will likely expire early in the day, but right here is kind of where the action is going to be in this region today. Notice this area of snow right along the South Dakota-Nebraska border area, and then another swath of snow headed towards the Midwest. Taking a look a little bit closer in, those pink areas show where winter storm warnings are in effect. You can see it's mainly for the mountain areas. And again, a lot of this area right here, we'll see most of the weather early this morning. This area down here is where the action's going to be later today, tonight, and into Saturday morning. This is why this little tail, jet stream coming up and around that high pressure ridge, this little tail of moisture and colder air coming in from the north, going to produce the snowfall here along and east of the divide. So this is today. This is by Sunday. This is the next little wave that comes in late Sunday night and Monday that'll go right through right here. So that'll be a little bit of a weather maker for the mountains. So this is the precipitation forecast through Sunday late afternoon. So you can see there's this area of moisture. We just highlighted where those advisories were. A little bit heavier snow along the Laramie Range in southern Wyoming, and more good snow around Jackson and into Wyoming's far west mountains and the mountains of eastern Idaho and the Pacific Northwest, central and northern California continue to get wet. But you get north of that area, nothing. South of that area, nothing. It's right basically along 70 and 80, the interstates there. Here's your snowfall forecast through Sunday. The mountains faring the best, but a bit on the plains as well. Pretty chilly. Here are your temperature anomalies by the time you wake up Saturday morning. Along and east of the divide is where the cold air will be. But it's not deep cold air. The coldest temperatures will be today and Saturday, moderating Sunday into Monday and Tuesday. This is why it looks good early in the week. It's a transient high pressure ridge, but high pressure builds in. So as we get into Monday, Tuesday, and most of Wednesday, really pretty nice. Not much going on to start the week. But again, we've got low pressure hanging off the west coast, and here we have this little area again where some colder air could slip south by late Wednesday into Thursday. And here it is. Similar situations. You see that little tail there? So it's kind of like what we have now. That will come southeast, pushing in colder air. Then these systems will throw Pacific moisture over that. So we may, around late Wednesday and Thursday of next week, have another little area of snow right there developing with the collision of air masses. What happens after that? Well, we start to see, this is by next weekend, by next Sunday. What I want you to look at is the tight packing of the colors in the black lines there. We talked about this earlier in the week as the Pacific was showing us signals of a very strong jet stream wind developing across the North Pacific by late next week and next weekend. So when that happens, and you can see this really clearly, here's a map showing, here's the western United States, here's Japan, and the last really big wintry weather event that slammed California, the strong jet stream winds were across the south. There is a southern jet there, but this is the dominant factor right here. Those are powerful jet stream winds going across the North Pacific. This is a signal of a change 10 to 14 days from now, because as those very strong jet stream winds, and if we zoom in a little bit, you can see how strong they are. When these strong jet stream winds come into the North American continent, that's going to induce a big trough. This is for leap day. So we're pushing out pretty far here, but by leap day, a broad, cold trough is going to form in the west as this translates its way east across the Pacific, hits North America. A lot of things go on when that happens, but that's going to be a weather maker right here, right at the end of February and as we go into the first few days of March. So that'll be something that we're going to keep an eye on in the coming days. Have yourself a great weekend. Stay warm.